For today's lesson, we will be expanding and factoring simple algebraic expressions. And the standards we will address today are as follows: 6EE2, 6EE3, and 6EE4. So first today we're going to use the distributive property to expand algebraic expressions. So we first want to expand 2 times the quantity r plus 8. So I'm just going to write this a little bit bigger. It's kind of small on there, so this should hopefully make it a little bit easier to see. And for the distributive property, what we do is we take the number that is outside parentheses and we multiply it by everything inside the parentheses. So we start by taking 2 times r, which is 2r. We're going to continue to add. We're not going to change our sign today. And then we're going to take 2 times 8 to get 16. So for part B here, expand 3 times the quantity k plus 6. Again, I'm just going to rewrite this a little bit larger. And we're going to use our distributive property, so we're going to multiply everything inside the parentheses by 3. So we'll start with 3 times k, which is 3k. We're still adding. And then we're going to take 3 times 6, which is 18. So for our other examples here, 3 times x is 3x, 3 times 4 is 12. And you don't have to use the arrows like I did in the previous examples, but they might help you remember to multiply everything inside parentheses by the number on the outside. So for number 2, 6 times 2x is 12x, and 6 times 3 is 18. For number 3, 2 times 7 is 14, and 2 times 6x is 12x. For number 4, 5 times y is 5y. And again, we're going to keep that sign. So if we're adding, we're going to add it. In this case, we're subtracting, so we're going to continue our subtraction. And 5 times 3 is 15. For number 5, 4 times 4y is 16y, and 4 times 1 is 4. And for number 6, 9 times 5x is 45x, and 9 times 2 is 18. For this set of questions, we're determining if the two expressions are equivalent. So for number 7, if we were to do our expansion, 6 times x is 6x, 6 times 5 is 30. So we'd have 6x plus 30. 6x plus 30 are the same. So yes, they are equivalent. For number 8, 7 times x is 7x, 7 times 3 is 21. And since we can move things around with addition, these would also be equivalent. For number 9, 4 times y is 4y. 4 times 4 is 16. So we'd have 4y minus 16, which is not the same as 4y minus 4. And for number 10, 3 times y is 3y. 3 times 6 is 18. Well, for subtraction, we cannot change our order, so these are not equivalent. Along with expanding our expressions, we will be factoring our expressions as well. So when you factor, again, I'm just going to rewrite this a little bit larger. You're going to look at your coefficient and your constant. And you need to ask yourself, what is the largest number that I can divide both of those by? Well, I have a 2 and a 10. The largest number I can divide those by is 2. 2y divided by 2 is y. 10 divided by 2 is 5. For part B, I have 6z minus 9. So I'll look at my coefficient and my constant. The largest number I can divide those by is 3. 6z divided by 3 is 2z. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So for 3x plus 3, I can divide both the coefficient and the constant by 3. And then inside parentheses, I would have x plus 1. For number 12, 4 and 6, the highest I can divide those by is 2. And since 2x times 2 is 4x, and 3 times 2 is 6. For the 8 and the 6, the highest I can divide them by is 2, and so that would put 4 plus 3y in parentheses. And for number 14, I have a 5 and a 10. I can divide those by 5, and inside parentheses I would have y minus 2. For number 15, I can divide both of those by 2, and inside parentheses that would be 2 minus 5z. For number 16, the highest number I can divide both 12 and 8 by is 4. That would be 3 minus 2x inside parentheses. 8 and 6, I can divide those by 2. That would give me 4f plus 3. For number 18, very similar to 16, we're using the same numbers there of 12 and 8, so I can divide those by 4. That would be 3t minus 2. 15 and 5, I can divide those by 5. And so inside parentheses, I would have 3 plus q. And for number 20, we have a 34 and a 40. And the highest number you can divide those by is 8. And so that would be 4m minus 5 in parentheses. And for this final set of questions, we are determining if they are equivalent. And you can use either the factoring or the expanding on here. So if we factored number 21, that would be, oops, fix that real quick. Scrolling down a little bit, just give myself a little more room down there at the bottom. So I can divide both the 8 and the 6 by 2, and that would give me 2 times the quantity 4x plus 3, and they are the same. I could do expansion. So I can make this 3y plus 18, and since you can move things around in addition, those are equivalent. For number 23, that would be 5 times the quantity x minus 2, and that is not the same as 5 times the quantity x minus 5. 4y minus 16 is not the same as 16 minus 4y because you cannot move things around in subtraction. For number 25, we would have 3x plus 15, which is the same as 15 plus 3x, so they would be equivalent. And for number 26, 4 times the quantity 3 minus 2y, and you cannot move things around with subtraction, so those would not be equivalent. And that is the lesson for today. As always, I hope this helped.